It's my first time doing traditional draft. Normally I'm a best of one boy. Gotta get to 2 wins. Also got to consider sideboarding. Pack 1, pick 1. This seems the obvious pick, but we'll do this sensible thing and see what else we've got in the pack. So let's start from the bottom. Nope, garbage card. Nope, it's okay, not great. It's not targeted, so you're going to have an abundance of creatures and enchantments in draft, I would imagine. And, well, especially in Theros, you're going to have an abundance of enchantments as well. You always have an abundance of creatures, so I'm not so keen on this as removal. It's not awful. No, it's just 2 for 1 yourself. It's +2 -1 as well. I thought it was +2 +1. +2 -1 is awful because if it was +1 -2, it's at least like a crappy deadweight. But no, God no. Denied Divine. Yeah, it's okay. Don't think we're interested in it. Or Enchantment. This is really good removal, I would suspect, in this set. Because there's so many enchantment creatures. Because normally with these sorts of effects, you're just sort of sitting there, you're like, okay, well, sure hope they play an artifact or something in the near future. But with this, they're going to have something that's worthwhile. So, premium, I would say. Exile as well, so it gets around escape. So target from a Prince Graveyard. Yeah, you're fine. Whenever you cast a spell, target Hero of Pride. Yeah, sure. Like these are both okay, but you're not happy about them. Sort of vanilla stats, they're just okay, and then their effects aren't that massive. No, not really. Not all that great. You may choose not to untap. So this is basically kind of an expensive, like the way I would want to think of this card is this is like your sort of enchantment removals, but it's expensive because you have to pay for it and then essentially kind of pay to then equip it onto a creature. But the benefit is you can play it kind of early, play it on a low, like a high priority creature at the time, that then as they curve out and their mana gets higher and stuff. When there's a scarier creature, you can then shift it onto that. So it's not awful, but it's a little bit slow. But depending on how the format is, like if you have board stalls and stuff, this isn't bad to have. Beginning of combat, target +1 trample. Yeah, it's fine. The beginning of combat on your turn, target enchanted creature or enchantment creature you control. So it counts itself is important. So it's basically a 3/4 trampler when attacking. So you would want this in a sort of Gruul aggro type deck, probably. Power. Whenever annex or another creature control dies. Good. But yeah, nothing compares to this really. So just grab that, because a 4/4 flyer for 4 is just good anyway, and then you get all the benefit of, you know, your threats continuously popping back up. Little 1/1 nerds. So no, that's garbage. You don't want to pay 1 mana to basically give something haste and +1/+0, and even like you definitely want to pay 2 mana for that. So no. 3 +1/+1 counters. So later in the game, it's a 4/5 for 5 fight, but not really fight. Sort of the better version of fight where you don't risk having your thing killed. So that's good. That's a good card. Again, this is okay for an aggressive deck. Not particularly excited about it. Yeah. Creature enchantment. So it's basically an unsummon, which is okay. Draw 3 cards, discard 2 unless you discard enchantment. It is an instant speed, but I'm not particularly interested in that, I don't think. Yeah. Arena Trickster. Definitely not that. Discard a card, draw a card. So it's 4/4 for 4, and then later it's a 7/7 for 7. Yeah, it's decent. There is a slight thing worth noting here, in that Shepherd and these escape cards have sort of anti-synergy if you make the token, because you have to exile the card, which means you can't pull it out again. But that's not a reason not to take escape cards. Like, you don't want to build around so hard this card that you completely balk the rest of your deck. Like, if at worst case this is a 4-mana 4/4 flyer, then you're doing pretty nice. It's sort of limited. It's typically what there's 3/4 flyers for 5 mana is where you're at. So I think we're going to take this because it sort of is also removal and covers sort of flyers quite nicely. In particular, I know one card that's quite scary is I don't know what it's called. It's the Pegasus one that summons a bunch of 2/2 nerds. If that sort of comes out, you want to be able to kill it, because it's not just enough having a blocker for that, because they can just hold back and continue generating more and more 2/2 Pegasi. I don't know what the plural is for that, and then swing in all at once. So quite taking that. And also obviously having the cheap creature is quite nice, playing this out early on curve. You can just chump block with it, and then one creature gets plus inputs from whenever this combats traitor nerd. This seems like a great way to 2-for-1 yourself. Maybe in a white weenie Boros aggro type deck, just getting into swinging once with this is enough to kind of take you over the line as you're sort of like they're starting to get bigger threats out, and then you still got your little nerds you need to swing in. This is okay, but not for our deck, I don't think. For each spell ability your opponent controls, counter it. So this is to counter a massive stack of stuff, and also just on its own is basically a 3-mana counter spell. It's paying 4 until you get like right in the late game. Even then, like 4, it's not like Quench where it's 2 and it's like, oh, 2's nothing. 4 is enough that it can make it quite difficult to play big scary things that you want to counter and also pay for it. Else that's not there. Destroy target creature and opponent controls with power 2 or less. Nice. Target opponent throws a can. Thought Razor. Exile target. Yep, okay. Now this is premium stuff, because you would play, or you might want to play 3-mana sorcery that's destroy target low power now, because it's not converting mana cost, it's power, which is potentially quite relevant. You will oftentimes be happy to play like a 3-mana sorcery destroy target creature with power 3 or less. Obviously 2 or less is quite different, but then you get all the added extra benefits. I think that's probably what we're going to take, but we'll work our way through the pack. Nope, not really our deck, and in all likelihood it's just going to be a 2/1 nerd that nils 2 and doesn't do anything else. Target creature gets minus... that's an interesting one. It's worth noting it blocks for basically 2. And if you have some manner of sack outlet, it's like a kind of crappy combat trick. It's not inherently terrible, but I'm not keen on taking it. It's a 4-mana 3/3 Death Touch. It's okay. Death Touch is significant. I would play this, but I'm not excited to play it. Nope. It's about draw a card. No. It's definitely going to be that. Got a meme card here. Right, so for being boring and sensible, Hydra's Growth. It's a fun card. It's a meme card. It can win you games in limited, I would suspect, but it's also a great way to 2-for-1 yourself. I'm not worried about non-basic lands, so I mean maybe for the sideboard, but I've kind of not been thinking about the sideboard at all at the moment. But I suppose we're quite early on. Expensive counterspell. I'm going to open enter back for a 10 target creature card. What from? Yeah, okay. Now this is premium stuff, especially when you've got nice, scary things like this. I mean, 1 mana return a creature card to your hand is just good. It's just good anyway, and it's in our colours, because we could end up not in green, but I suspect we're going to end up in black. So that's the pick at the moment. Followed probably by that. Can't block. No. Probably won't run these in the sideboard, but we'll leave it for now. Land card is put into your graveyard from anywhere. So it's not put into play, it's put into your graveyard, which is fairly unlikely. So the likelihood of this being in play and a land going into your graveyard is fairly low. Chunk creature control. So this is a prayer pom with upside. So good. Hoping it wheels, because I'm expecting this won't wheel. Hoping this wheels, but you've got to take Omen of the Dead. Hateful Eidolon. Whenever an enchanted creature dies, draw a card for each aura. I don't think we have any auras, but we can certainly draft into some. That's interesting. 1 mana 1/2 lifelink is decent removal, but not good enough to want to pivot into. Beginning of combat, if you control another creature power 4 or greater, put +1/+1 counter. So if we end up heavier on green, that could be good. No. Maybe, but I'm not massively excited for that. Whenever enters battlefield, target creature and indestructible. Okay, so that's not a bad one to have as top end stuff, because 4 mana 5/4 is like okay for vanilla stat large dudes, and then the indestructible sort of lines the battlefield is quite nice. Not interested in that. X your configuration to green. I suspect if anything we're going to be heavier black splash, maybe green, and that's triple green, which is quite the commitment. So it's between these two at the moment. I think this has much more upside, and I suspect more likely to get some of these nerds later. So if I don't know this. Oh, also a charm creature for synergies. Double strike. Nope. It is an aura, but we'd have to go into white. I don't think this is better than this. We've seen some good green cards as well. It's back for draw a card, discard a card. Not massively excited about this, but it's like fine. Nope. This is a consideration. I'm more tempted to play this, since that passability is nice. You can swing, and if you've got this out, then you just have it as a 1/1. It sort of acts as a basically a kind of, well, it is an enchantment creature, but it acts as a sort of enchantment to give everything trample after that. So then that's okay for the sideboard, but this kind of deals with flying as well. So for now, this card. Whenever a spell targets hero in, yep, not particularly interested in that. Oh, got another one of these. So that's a consideration. It's like fine, but yeah, I'm not excited about this. Enter battlefield, search library. So this is Beanstalk Giant, and put with that Lucky Clover shenanigans, and then you get Sky 2. So it comes into taps there. That's a key difference, but it's still probably worthwhile. And well, I was going to say it helps fixes for stuff, but looking at it, green's the thing we want to, like black's our main, and then green's the thing we want to splash. But if we maybe get like a bomb and want just like a third colour for splash, then this is probably worth considering. Not interested in this. And yeah, I would think I would rather this out. So it's between these two. I think we're going to get more of these later. So now I'm going to do on with the hunt. It's a solid card, worth consideration. Nope, nope. Solid card, also worth consideration. At the top 4, you may put a creature into your hand. So this is crappy draw, basically, which I'm not particularly interested in at the moment. It's a creature card and or a land card. So at most it's draw 2 and one of them is a land. So yeah, no. Again, not particularly interested. And then this is crappy mana fixing. So between these two, I think we're going to take the 3-drop because I think it's just a bit better. Like a 1/1 Death Touch is nice, but I'm more excited with this. Nope. Not in blue. Chart creature. No, this is just awful. It's probably going to be this. This is a 2-drop. It's not a good one, so I'm inclined to take the removal, I think. I'll just take this. Oh, this wield. This gives us the effect of trample and stuff. It does cycle, but not particularly interested. I'll take this just to experiment as well, just see how it goes. Whenever land is put into graveyard, it's 2 mana 2/2. Fine with that. Could have taken the Field of Ruin for sideboard stuff, but didn't think about that in time, and we do need some 2-drops. Don't know whether this will actually get played because 3 green is a lot, but it is later in the game, so especially with this, maybe comfortably feasible. Yeah, I suspect we're not going to play that. Right, I get the feeling we're going to be in black. It's just a, suspicion. Eat to Extinction, premium removal. This is just bad. Like, best case scenario, 6 mana 5/5 flower, and then because you're discarding your own stuff as well, so you want this in an aggro deck where you dump your hand and then this is your top end, which we're not really. This is obviously fairly nice with some of the stuff we've got going on, but I think premium removal is just too good. So for now we'll take this. Also, it's the rare, and we're early on the set, and I want to get all the rares I can. Okay. Sacrifice targets. So this is what was the 1/1 blue flyer that you used to sack for countering stuff? This is basically that, but without the evasion. This is just enchantment removal that's not permanent, so probably don't want that. Also, it's white. It's equal to devotion to green. Each other creature you can control enters the battlefield with additional +1/+1 counter on it. This is up there for priority for stuff. It is double green, but I'm fine with that. It's at 4 mana. We have ways of fixing for that. Just makes it so we're maybe closer to a 50-50 split, because it's a subtle effect. It's other creature, not other non-token creature. So the next thing is into a 2/2 when they come out from this, and also it itself, it's a bit like this card, the Nylia's Forerunner, where sure, even if it dies, if it comes back as a 1/1, that passive effect is strong. So this is looking like what we're probably going to go with. No other colours that look interesting. This is garbage. This is just okay. This is, if you're desperate against attacking in for flyers, is okay. It's a nice defensive card, so maybe I'm not giving it enough credit, but I'd rather have that. Yeah, so I think. Throne War. This is a rare. I could rare draft. Let's see what else we've got here. The thing is, I don't know whether there's many non-basic lands that I'm particularly worried about in this set, so I don't even think this is worth sideboarding. This might be just the kind of splash white, maybe. I think we're okay for flyers. 2 mana 1/3 flyer. No. I could rare draft here. So the question is, how much do I lose by rare drafting here? So we probably want this, which is good. Yes, I'll be sensible. Because the other thing as well is this format, best of 3, like I said, one of the differences between best of 1, which I'm used to, and this is the rewards scale up quicker, but they start a lot lower. So sacrificing, lowering your win rate a bit, has a much bigger effect in this mode than in other modes. Exit target card from a graveyard if it's a creature card, otherwise draw a card. Nope. Nope. Wings of Furious. Great creature. I'm not too worried about giving stuff flying. We might be getting to the point where we need to start taking even shitty 2-drops, but the other thing as well, because this is the other consideration, but 2 mana for 1/1 nerd, sort of mana dork, isn't good. In this also ramps and fixes, so it sort of does the same job a bit better, I would say. Take another one of these. Recognize remorse. So this is Thought Eraser basically. Yeah, I'll probably take that. We'll see what else we've got. Garbage. Garbage might be a bit too harsh, but garbage adjacent perhaps. Yeah, not particularly exciting. The little mustard seed, yeah, it's just obviously this. So it's obviously between these two because they're what our colours are. So 4 mana. I really don't want to play this. You might not play this, but don't think it's going too high if we take another one of these. Now 3 might be too many. This is the better card, I think, but I think I take this just to hedge my. Because you've got. Like, I'm worried a little bit about early game and lack of blockers. Because if you look at creatures, we've got this, which basically kind of sort of trades. This doesn't. This might not actually end up in our deck because we don't really have auras. So we've got a lot of like early blockers that are chump/die. We've got 1 creature at 2. We've got a on-curve removal and another creature at 3. So we really need to start considering that sort of stuff. So I think that is probably what we take. And on that note, a 3-drop for a 3/3 for 3 can't block, which sucks. But sometimes like aggression can be defensive because if you have out a creature that's big enough that where they may be swinging in for sort of 2 or 3 damage, and then you counter swing for 3 or 4, then they might stop swinging at you, even if this itself can't block. So I'm happy to take that. Begin to upkeep, each player discards a card. I don't think this is worth taking. Yeah, I don't know. But I am going to take it for science, I think. Like, I don't think it's good, but there's only one way to find out. And then this again, garbage. This, you've shown up enough. I get the message. Like, this is exactly the sort of card we're very short on, like 1 and 2 drops. This basically holds out stuff and then lets us recover the life that we lost from stuff. I will take a plummet for the sideboard, I think. Cling to Dust, Wings of Hubris. Wings of Hubris. This might. I don't know. We're probably fairly likely to get another one of these. I don't know whether it makes our deck that much better. This seems like a nice sideboard card. And maybe we'll get a Wings of Hubris. We've already got 2 of these. I don't think we need a 3rd. I'll take this. I don't know how to play it. And you are not in my colours. It's a good card. It's a shame we're neither white nor blue, really. That's what it comes down to there. This seems good. This seems not good. So it's between this and just rare drafting this. It hurts because this is a card that you just want in your collection anyway, I think. But I'm going to do the sensible thing as much as it hurts. Uh, 2+1 this way. Each opponent sacrifices a non-golden creature. Oof. So what have we got? No, no, no. It's okay. Could want to play this just as a 2-drop. We do have. If you consider this turn that you a card that you want to play on turn 2, it is a 2-drop, so we have got actually enough. I think this wouldn't be bad to have another one of these, but I think a 3/4 for 4 is like okay, and then what is it? 6 mana, 5/6 that makes them sack a creature. Seems good, so I'll reject that. Frontside line, not our colours. Another rare though. You gain 1 life for each creature card. Yeah, okay. No, I'm happy with that. With like more black than anything else, I think probably we're not playing this. And this is a way to, like, at worst it's 2 mana 2/2. It's nice for curve. It's probably going to be more than that, and it helps fight off escape cards. So. Also makes that sound. I probably don't want to play this. I think we're past the point where I want to put more of these in for curve purposes. So we'll just take an uncommon for the vault. Exile target creature. So let's move that away. I might even not end up playing this, even though. Probably won't play this. Probably won't play this, but I'll leave it in for now. So, what have we got? Removal. Nice. No. Nice top end. Would planet. 3 on the 2 on fire. I think we just take the removal. Up to will. Alright, let's build the deck a little bit. So probably won't play this just because. Yeah, happy with these. This is a maybe. I don't know. This is more of a maybe. Want to play that, want to play that. What's nightmare? Might not play 2 of these. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna ever play that. Ugh. I think I just play the Temple Thief. Even just as an upgrade to this. Target player uses 2 life. Nope. Whenever an opponent draws. Oh, this is spicy. This is very spicy. So it is a 3 mana, don't do anything, but especially when you have board stalls and like just having this pinging away at them is quite nice, and also does provide a lot of devotion. Maybe, you never know, maybe we get the sort of grey merchant. Would like one of these, but like not enough to go for this. And one more turn. Yeah, not worth splashing, I don't think. So probably not playing this. It's between these two, I think. Probably just this. Just consider it an upgrade over these other ones. So I'm not playing that. This just isn't good. Probably not playing a third one of these, but you never know. Agonizing Remorse Tribal. Sure, why not? Right. So how do we want to build this? So a bit heavy on 3s. I'm happy shaving one of those just to start off with. It sucks. Like this, I think we're keeping anyway. It sucks, and maybe it's worth cutting to not have so much green as early. We lack green severely for this, but it's more of a case of its passive effects that we're interested in. Shave one of those. And those. So let's move out all our plays that aren't curve plays. Yeah, I'll cut one of those. There's too many of, well, obviously it's a really good card, but too many of these, and when they're empty-handed in the late game, you're just kind of sitting there. Is there any of these in here? I lost my mind. Oh, we had 2 of these. Oh yeah, that gets over here. This is obviously very questionable. Are we better as a mono black deck? No. No, I don't think we are. Yeah, this is very questionable. It's a bit of a laugh, so I'll stick with it, I think. This is probably too much green to kind of go with. Or only, so our hard to cast greens are double green on 4 and single green on 1. Yeah, that's not the end of the world. We'll cut to 7. Go 7-10, I think, since we're essentially splashing green. And I can adjust if I'm not happy. Right, let's give it a go. That's amazing. We do have this though that does get us into the black, and yeah, so I will actually keep this. We only get punished if they're very counter heavy. We don't get to fix, and we don't draw any black lands, but we're likely to. If you cast your first spell during each opponent's turn, draw a card. So he is likely counterspell heavy, which makes me to play this out rather than ramping, so we get a threat under him. Oh, this is flash as well. I realised that. It's tapped. Yeah. I don't want this to get countered, so I'm going to just play it. Yeah. So he is flash, blue black mill probably. Yep. So I'm going to play this out because I'm okay with it getting counted, and then I can either make him sack something or let's have a look at your hand. Oh, he's both lands, okay. It's good information to know. Yeah, I'm happy just... like, the board's getting too wide, so this isn't going to be useful anytime soon. So making him kill one of these, I'm happy for. X-proof. But I think this is worth killing. No, we'll keep that so I can play this out. Because it would have been a 3-3. I don't know. Maybe it was a mistake. Let's start by swinging with this. Oof! Ooh, that hurts. Let's just play the big nerd. Hope he doesn't have a counter spell. He has his counter spell. There's an argument I should have been playing that earlier. But I want to play it now because if it does get countered, I was going to say it's more likely that I can double spell, but I don't know if I'm back. Let's no attacks, and I'll get this out because he wants to sit back and do nothing. This puts a clock on him. Now, yeah. So it was a counter spell flash type deck that wants to sit back and I think I cut with this because it's expensive. I don't want to get countered. I'm not even sure it's good if it comes out. This can go because as we saw the board got too wide. Have another one of these to clear the way. Sort of check if he has counter spell. If he does, get it out of the way. Didn't see any flying stuff. I will also add this. So we're adding another one of these to just a bit of a lower curve, get more pressure, and he had some enchantment creatures, so yeah, sort of evasive threat past these. And this is nice for board stall for pinging, and also, as we saw there, it took ages for this to die, whereas if I could sack it and then bring it back earlier, it's a good way to kind of cheat out a big threat. Submit. I can't keep a one lander. Yes, so fine with this eating a counter. Exile it. Oh, 2-5, okay. What this does do, these are both enchantment creatures, so that can go in. Gives it a little bit of a value engine. Oh, that's nasty. So that's just a turn too late. No. We'll hold back just to look there. If it doesn't have counter. Really chilling. This is an enchantment, this is an enchantment, so oof. Should have double blocked. I think I've probably lost this one. Six, 11. I think I was right to move this because so many enchantment creatures, it gets so wide that it's not going to be able to do anything. Doesn't really have escape cards. I honestly think I just run it back. Because I don't think the way he played. Oh Jesus, no. Although so I'm gonna experiment with this in the hopes that I can sort of scry into a functional hand. Oh, he missed his land drop. Flash this in. We have a bunch of swamps, so we'll I'll do that because he hasn't got black. He needs two more lands, and he's got two of these. Yeah. Do I want something bigger? Yes, I think so. So he's got a bunch of reactive stuff. We have pressure. Jesus, this card's good. Okay. Move that. Yeah. That was fun. I tried Sealed the other day and really didn't like what I didn't like about Sealed was you were just given a bunch of cards and you got no input, if you like, into trying to make your colours work. Was this, I mean, you look at it and we drew, we opened this in the first pack and I haven't even played it once in that last match. So yeah, much more satisfying process. Let's see. Right. Comfortably do one more, and then maybe continue tomorrow. Because it's 11:15 now. That's good enough to keep. Dies. Track a creature or planeswalker. And after playing this out, I'm just trolling it. So play this out. Yes, it's a 2/3 blocks, and then this still gets to kill something anyway. Oh. Still think I do. I'll continue playing out on curve. What could he have? Probably the +2/+2 first strike enchantment would be my guess, because otherwise he would attack with this. Life. Yeah, tanks. probably going to be the 4 mana 4 damage enchantment. I'll leave that. Like, I'm okay with him swinging like this because I can just sort of play out other things. No, I'm stupid boy. It's very expensive for him. Probably trades there. Looking for. Any target. Power 2 or less. I could definitely play this. I think I'm going to hold on to that. Ugh. attacks. My hope is that he feels the need to swing in this and then that clears the way to swing back. Little block there now. Yep, that turned around quickly. So, different one plummet. I feel like a 2/2 is not going to be quite that great. I think that's probably fine for now. No turn 3 play. It's a very reactive hand. But in a way, I think that's actually preferable. We're just gonna stack up stuff. Yeah, take his good card. Exiles it as well, which is quite nice. We know his 2 first strike enchantment trick. So you can activate that in response. Do need some action. Now. No, can't let that happen. Sucks. And he gets the scry to fix as well, which is kind of annoying. This is quite nice for dealing with the board as it currently is, and for letting us heal up as well. But we need something to make him waste his mana and exile his threat so he can't return it from the graveyard. So these were the two big threats from the last game. It's the meme card. Let's see how this does. No attacks. So at the beginning of your upkeep. So that's before you draw a card, right? I think. But yeah, you can already see he's only got 2 cards in hand. It's a pretty 3/3. Stop any combat trick shenanigans. Ugh. It's an interesting choice. Or chump there, I think. That actually turned out to be quite a nice card. I could see playing another Agonizing Remorse. Yeah. So this doesn't feel like it's reducing how many threats we kind of have, but I'm hoping that this plus sort of the recursive escape threats should be enough. This just if he's going to win, it's going to be off the back of either that red uncommon or the Pegasus. So the more consistently I can exile those from his hand, the better. Yeah, I'll keep. It's a bit risky. Power 2 on us. Ugh. I mean, it's nice to get this out to just have the discard, but that's fine. Filter my draw a bit. Graveyard. Draw other cards. Right, so at this point, I'm just going to play this out for this card. That's scary. Evil champ. Dies. keeping this because we have got some graveyard recursion. Suits in hand, nothing. Attacks. Search for an aura card. That's scary. Because that probably gives him the first strike one. Yeah. That's just a case of he's got one hell of a bomb in that Pegasus card, and if he gets it out, he wins. And if he doesn't, then I win. Thanks for watching. If you have any deck suggestions or game modes you'd like to see me play, leave a comment, let me know, and I'll give it a go.